We are back right smack dab in the middle of the week, right smack dab in the middle of the month. We are 10 days away from Christmas, and it's Winning Wednesday. Yeah, Winning Wednesday is back and up for grabs today. We're not going to have one. We're not going to have two. We're going to have three winners. I probably should tell you what the prize is. 4 packs to Wenatchee Wild Hockey. Wild to be in town. They got the Merit Centennials visiting the Apple capital of the world on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. But you don't have to use these tickets this weekend. You can use these tickets for any regular season Wild game that you choose to go to at the Town Toyota Center. And we're going to have 3 winners, and each of these winners are going to win 4 tickets each. That ain't bad. In fact, that's darn right good. So the odds are pretty good if you enter that you might even win, because we're going to have 3 winners today. Because I got three sets of 4 tickets each. Winner at ncwlife.com. It's an email address only contest. That's the only way you can enter, is to email us. There you go. Winner at ncwlife.com. Send me your emails. It's 1 entry per email address, please. Employees of Solion Broadcasting, local telecommunications, and their immediate families are not eligible. Sorry, Dimitri. Again, winner at ncwlife.com. If you want to go see a Wenatchee Wild game this weekend, over the holidays, in January, February, March, doesn't matter to me. You get 4 tickets to any regular season Wenatchee Wild game that you want to go to. And we're going to have 3 winners today. So there you go. Winner at ncwlife.com. I'll give you a couple more reminders before the show is over. We'll do the drawing, I don't know, sometime today. I try not to figure these things out too much in advance. It's chilly. It's 21 degrees outside of our studios. We're going to start out with some fairly clear skies, but then the clouds are going to start rolling in. Talking about a little bit of light snow later on today and tomorrow. We catch a little bit of a break on Friday, and then more snow Friday night into Saturday. But they're starting to back off the amount of snow they were expecting Friday night into Saturday. We were thinking we could get enough to stick to the ground for a little while before it switches over to rain. Now they're thinking maybe not so much. Overall, we're going to have a wet weekend, but it looks like we're going to see a little more rain than snow. Forecast details are coming up. News, got that. Sports highlights of Moses Lake and Wenatchee Wrestling, a broadcast that we covered last night. Plus, we'll talk about Seattle Kraken hockey as well. They're victorious down in California with sports. We'll have everything else to get going. And we had a chance last week to go out to the brand new Chelan County, the Chelan PUD headquarters that are under construction out there in Old Station. You've seen it. You can't miss the building. The whole complex, the whole campus is starting to take shape. And Dan Frazier, who is the facilities director for the Chelan County PUD, gave us an inside tour of the construction in progress. And we're going to show you this conversation in 2 parts. First part today, second part tomorrow. If you ever wondered what's going on there, we had an inside look with our cameras. And Dan and I walked around, and we had a good time. We'll show you that in the back half of the program. Let's begin our tour. What do we have out there today? Well, we have fairly clear skies. Again, that's not going to last. It's going to be cool and dry today. But eventually, the clouds are going to start coming in and socking us down pretty good by the time this day is over. It's chilly. It's 21 degrees. Sunrise this morning, 7:42. Sunset now, 4:11. So it's actually 1 minute later than it was. So just like yesterday, it's 8 hours and 29 minutes of daylight as we get closer and closer to the winter solstice, which is 1 week, which is a Tuesday, I believe, of next week. The first day of winter coming up, the shortest day of the year. Good morning to the Wenatchee Valley from our cross camera number 2. Up to the Waterville camera we go as we look out over the Columbia River. Aniat is to your left, and little slices of Arundel to your right, and the traffic moving fairly easily on US 97A between Aniat and Chelan, and right on down to Wenatchee. As you can see, the snow is hanging around there, and they're going to get a little bit more snow to the north of us. Again, not as much as they were anticipating over the weekend. Camera number 3. Beautiful view from the Omi Gardens camera. You can see the cross lit up at the very top of your screen across the way. Traffic flowing easily over the Otobashian Bridge from our Omi Gardens camera. By the way, our good buddy Jason Browning, the director of Omi Gardens, will be leaving Omi Gardens, which kind of is a bummer. I like Jason. He does a really good job. But hey, he got a great job offer down south. He's going to take it. So we'll miss Jason. Best of luck to you. I'll see if I can get Jason on the show before he Pulls up stakes and camera number 4. Off to, let me think. I want to say Hose Landing. Hey, Hose Landing camera. I got one right, and I believe we have that pointed down towards the Wenatchee Valley. So we're looking at Douglas County there. Beautiful view. Way off in the distance is the Wenatchee Valley from our Hose Landing camera. I took the trip up there with the Sky-Fi crew about 5 years ago to the Hose Landing camera site. It's a pretty gnarly drive, and you got to hope nobody's coming down that same roadway because it's pretty much a one-laner. It's a little nerve-wracking, but these guys know what they're doing. To our friends in the upper part of Douglas County, near the Orondo area from Hose Landing, we say good morning to you. We have 3 slides to show for you. Light snow today and tomorrow. We're talking light. Not going to stick around very much. Take a look at where you live. Here in the Wenatchee Valley, less than an inch. Maybe a little bit more out in the Columbia Basin area. Again, there's a low that's kind of gradually going to push in. It's going to increase our cloud cover this afternoon. Not a lot of moisture is expected here. So we're not looking at a lot of snow Wednesday into early Thursday. And then, so ironically enough, the Columbia Basin is actually going to get more snow if they get any at all. They could get about an inch and a half maybe out in Moses Lake. Now, as far as the weekend is concerned, overnight snow Friday into Saturday, and then it transitions to rain for the Wenatchee Valley by the time you get to late Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening. So they have decreased by a couple of inches the amount of snow we are expecting here in the Wenatchee Valley. Now, north of Highway 2, you're going to get more snow. So get ready for some snow on the ground late Friday night into Saturday, but by Saturday afternoon into Saturday evening here in the Wenatchee Valley, it should switch over to rain. Now, Christmas week, next week, here's your long-term forecast from the Climate Prediction Center. As you can see, if you look at the Pacific Northwest, we have a better than 50-50 chance of below normal temperatures and a better than 50-50 chance of above normal precipitation. This is the week of December 22nd to December 28th. Last year, we had a white Christmas. It snowed Christmas night, if you remember correctly, and maybe we will have a white Christmas here in the Wenatchee Valley next week. That's your long-term outlook. On a shorter-term basis, here's what we're looking at from the National Weather Service. Again, little bit of light snow later on this afternoon, basically right around sunset or so, less than half an inch if we get any at all. We'll be lucky to get to about 32 or 33 degrees. Yesterday's high was 34. Our low yesterday was 18 degrees. That happened just before midnight last night. It got chilly. Slight chance of light snow tonight. Again, probably no real accumulations, 22 for the overnight low. Thursday, pretty dry. Slight chance of some light snow early Thursday. Then it kind of tapers off. Maybe a little bit of rain later on in the day. We'll top off at about 35 degrees. 21 for the overnight low Thursday night. Friday, we'll have some sun breaks most of the day. We'll get up to right around the freezing mark, not much warmer than that. Friday night, snow in the evening hours. We're talking about 11 o'clock, midnight, 1 a.m. Friday into Saturday morning. Again, total snow accumulations Friday night, less than an inch, maybe an inch Saturday morning, and then it switches over to rain. Snow level is going to be right around 1,100 feet, but we're looking at probably more rain than snow on Saturdays. You can see warmer temperatures, too, with a high of 37 degrees. Partly cloudy, slight chance of light snow on Sunday with a high of about 37 or 38. So we'll see some snow melt. Whatever snow we have, probably going to be gone by Saturday night into Sunday. And again, they are backing off the snow totals expected on Friday night into Saturday. They said it's just going to not quite be as bad as they were originally anticipating. Mountain Passes, your report brought to you by D.A. Davidson, the strength of a trusted partner and personalized solutions to meet your financial needs. Member SIPC. Live shot of Stevens Pass right now. Boy, don't see a lot of pavement there. Traction tires are required. It is not snowing on Stevens, but you do have compact snow and ice on the roadway. Traction tires required on US 2. You're good to go on Blewett. Just a couple of patches of ice here and there. Outside of that, they are bare and wet. No advisories, no restrictions, and no snow. I-90 has a traction tire advisory. Yeah, look at that. That's snow on the camera lens is what that is. It is snowing lightly on I-90 right now. Traction tires are advised. You'll find some snow and slush on the roadway. Stevens Pass, traction tires required. Blewett, no advisories, no restrictions. Traction tires advised on I-90. Forecast today, really not much of anything. Light intermittent snow, not enough to really accumulate. Same deal tonight. Thursday, 1 to 3 inches of snow possible, hit and miss. And then starting Friday night and going all the way through Saturday night for about a 24-hour period from about 5 o'clock Friday night to about 5 o'clock Saturday night, it's going to snow. It's going to snow, and it's going to keep right on snowing. A lot of snow Friday night, snow all day Saturday in the mountain passes, and snow on Saturday night. So it's going to be pretty quiet between now and Friday afternoon about sunset, and then again, starting Friday night, continuous snowfall all the way through till Saturday night in the mountain passes. You can take a break and come back with your Wednesday morning headlines. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life Channel. Crystal's Restaurant and Lounge in Leavenworth has a warm environment to enhance your dining experience. Serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Crystal's Intimate Lounge is a wonderful place to relax and dine with beautiful views of the mountains. Do you have a special occasion coming up? Call Crystal's to reserve their event space. Whether your event is grand, intimate, or casual, Crystal's provides unforgettable food and superb service. Crystal's Restaurant and Lounge, proud to be serving fabulous food and drinks.
Don't make plans to store your boat for the off-season until you've checked out the Super Package from Bob File Boats and Motors. With this package, you just drop your boat off for winterizing, and they take it from there. When you pick it up in the spring, it'll be ready to go for the next season. There are too many features in the Super Package to list here, so get the details. 509-884-3558.
Bob File Boats and Motors. We're dealing. Bob File's gonna make you smile.
12 minutes after the hour, we have high clouds and 21 degrees. Clouds will be thickening up tonight and throughout the course of the day today. A little bit of light snow tonight into Thursday. Pretty quiet Thursday into Friday, and then more snow, but really not much Friday night into Saturday before it switches over to rain late Saturday afternoon. We begin with this. It's finally official. This is not really a surprise, but Alcoa's Wenatchee Works will officially shut down in the next few years. The Aluminum Corporation, of course, mothballed the plant near Malaga at the end of 2016, ending 428 local jobs. Monday, they announced the smelter will actually be decommissioned. The Wenatchee Works started operations in 1952. At its peak, it processed 146,000 metric tons of aluminum and employed about 1,000 people. But by the 2000s, falling prices of aluminum led to fewer jobs. In fact, there was a 3-year temporary shutdown of the plant for 3 years, starting in 2001. The smelter property is 2,800 acres. Alcoa says it will spend about $60 million over the next 7 years to decommission the site and get it ready for potential redevelopment. After having been there for several months, Wenatchee police and city employees on Monday morning cleared out an accumulation of garbage and a vehicle on a residential street. The vehicle and garbage had been on the corner of Snohomish Street and Crescent Street in South Wenatchee. The police said they were mindful of laws and recent court rulings involving people living in vehicles and the procedures that must be followed in order to remove them. In this case, the Wenatchee Police Department says they worked with the owner of the vehicle for several months and provided resources that included housing and access to mental health counseling. A Wenatchee man serving 27 years for a rape and armed robbery he committed at the age of 16 has to be now resentenced for that crime. Part of the sentence of Thomas T. Aranda stemmed from possession of psilocybin, and the State Court of Appeals says Aranda deserves a revised sentence since most drug possession in Washington is now decriminalized. Aranda was one of 5 males who stormed into a home on No. 2 Canyon Road back in 2008, carrying firearms and seeking payback for a drug deal gone wrong. While there, Aranda raped a woman at gunpoint. He was charged as an adult. All 5, by the way, pled guilty. The other 4, who were between the ages of 17 to 23 at the time, received prison terms from 30 months to up to 10 years. At his resentencing, Aranda will also be allowed to argue that his 27-year term was too harsh for a juvenile defendant. The Chelan County Sheriff's Office is seeking help for identifying a man who they say is using credit cards that were taken from a stolen vehicle recently up in Chelan. The owner of the car said on Monday the stolen Honda has not yet been recovered. That's the person they're looking for. The Sheriff's Office said anybody with information should contact Deputy Matt Barnes through Rivercom's emergency line at 509-663-9911. Total home sales up, but the median sales price of a home in the Wenatchee area also up big time. That's the latest November real estate snapshot from Pacific Appraisal Associates. The median sales price of a home in the Wenatchee market last month, $437,000 compared to $37,000 in November of 2020. That's an 18% increase. Total home sales last month came in at 92. That's up 14% compared to last year when 81 homes were sold. Active home listings also up last month with 74 houses on the market compared to 60 in November of last year. Closed home sales down slightly last month compared to last year by about 3%. If you drive anywhere near the Old Station area, you've seen it. It's impossible to miss the brand new Chelan County PUD headquarters taking shape in Old Station. I had a chance to take a tour with PUD Facilities Director Dan Frazier, who talked about the new building and the importance of getting a new building.
Our buildings are very old. We've been occupying some of them for over 50 years. And so did an assessment of what it would take to renew those buildings, to stay there, stay downtown, keep a presence downtown. And then we looked at other options. And one that came out and really started to get some legs under it was moving the operations out into the Old Station area. So Old Station is central to the PUD's business. And we go up the river, we go back down the river, we go up the valley. So it seemed like a good spot to put our operations. And as we matured that investigation and discovery, we found that really it helps if administration is where operations is. And so as we got further along in the process, we started looking at all the economics around what would be the best thing for our customer owners for long term. So we came into the project with three main goals. What's the best financial value long term? What's the best customer service for our customer owners, both as we roll out to work with them and as they come in to see us to sign up for services? And then how do we improve safety? So buildings that were built 50 years ago are not the best for safety. And so we retrofit what we can, but a new facility that's purpose-built, much better for safety. So this is the largest building. It's the administration building. It is also, I don't want to sound like the rest of the buildings are ugly, but this is the most aesthetically pleasing of the buildings.
This is the one that the public will be doing most of their business in.
That's right. So the public, this is the public-facing piece of the PUD. So they'll come here to get a new service, attend a PUD board meeting, be part of the process.
You mean you can actually sit in it instead of that cramped little room?
Yes, we have a purpose-built boardroom. It's going to be a really good experience for our customer owners. Two-story lobby. So you come in, it's kind of a nice big feature wall on a couple sides. We'll have a map of Chelan County, some other features in here. But it's really laid out for the customer experience to be positive. They'll know where to go. There'll be a place to pay your bill. There'll be another place to sign up for services. There's going to be a great area for energy conservation demonstrations. So if you want to hear about, what should I do for an HVAC replacement, or what should I do for a water heater, we'll have a great demo area and talk to somebody from energy conservation. It'll all be in one central area. Great customer parking out in front of the building, really accessible. And so that's what we were trying to do, as opposed to what we currently have, which is a really tough situation downtown.
We toured that facility with Dan Frazier last Thursday, and we had such a great time, and we taped for well over an hour. We're going to show my entire conversation with Dan Frazier in two parts, the first part today and the second part tomorrow on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. And finally, yesterday, we took advantage of the beautiful morning weather. When I say we, I mean Tucker and Uriah did, to get some phenomenal time-lapse photos from our cross cam, our camera up at Lake Wenatchee, and our camera up at Lake Chelan. Check out this time-lapse video. It's pretty cool. Those are definitely nice tools to have. And now you're in the loop on this Winning Wednesday. On Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, the news will come your way once again tonight at 5, 6, and 10 with Eric handling sports and Grant with weather forecasting and delivering the news to you with a preview. Here's Grant Olson.
Good morning, Dan. Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, more snow is on the way. I'll tell you how much we can expect in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. And in sports, Eric Granstrom had a busy night last night, and we'll have results of high school wrestling, bowling, and basketball. That and all the day's news stories coming your way tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on the NCW Life Evening News. We hope you'll join us then. Dan?
Thanks, Grant. Don't forget, you're not locked into watching the news at 5, 6, and 10. The news is available for you. We get it up and running and posted on our website, on our YouTube page, and on our Facebook page right around 5 o'clock each night. You can watch it at your own convenience. And at the bottom of your screen are all the different ways you can get a hold of us if you want to drop us a note. We love to hear from you. After a quick break, we got highlights of Seattle Kraken. Nice little W for the local NHL team. Also highlights of last night's Moses Lake Wenatchee wrestling match. Sports is 1 minute away. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Green Motion e-bikes have rolled into Wenatchee. We've got fun, affordable e-bikes for the whole family. Portable e-bikes that fit right in the trunk of your car. Fat tire mountain bikes plus unique vintage style bikes you won't find anywhere else. Get some exercise with pedal assist or just cruise up to 20 miles per hour with the throttle. Starting under $1,000, Green Motion e-bikes are affordable fun for the whole family.
I'm Dr. Malcolm Butler. I'm a family physician here at CVCH, and I've been a family physician here for the past 28 years. For 25 of those years, I've been the chief medical officer, and now I get to return to my first passion, which is the delivery of primary care. I'm looking forward to welcoming you and your family to join me as I practice 3 days a week in our 600 Orondo building in Wenatchee.
"22 minutes after the hour, sports, the Seattle Kraken knock off the San Jose Sharks in NHL action last night down in San Jose. The final was 3-1. Seattle goalie Chris Dreger, he was excellent between the pipes. He kept the Sharks at bay with a scoreless game through the first 2 periods. Ryan Donato broke the ice against his former team in the all-decisive 3rd period.
On the wing, it's Donskoy. Shot saved by Reimer. Rebound, they score! Ryan Donato, the former Shark, he breaks through, and it's 1-0 Seattle. Here's Geekie against Burns. Geekie in front, they score! Brandon Tanev, and Seattle makes it 2-0. Brent Burns, pass, score! Logan Couture! With the empty net, Alex Wenberg. A chance for Yarncroke, and he put it in. And that'll do it. 3-1 Seattle.
Needless to say, Kraken coach Dave Hackstol very pleased with the overall performance in their guys, earning a tough road win.
I thought the consistency of our game tonight was excellent. We started from the drop of the puck. We played, we played a really sound, solid 60-minute hockey game. You can take a look at the inside and underlying numbers, on certain nights, and they make sense. To be honest with you, I haven't looked at them yet. I know what the time of possession and all that stuff was, but what I watched out there was a good, solid performance. I thought we sagged for a few minutes in each the second and third, where we didn't manage the puck well enough, and we didn't hold possession on first touch in the offensive zone, and that fed a little bit of their transition, a little bit of their O-zone time. Beyond that, it was a hell of a road game for us.
After the game, Dreger said he was happy to help Seattle to their 10th win of the season.
Yeah, I thought we played a great first period, a really dominant first period, which I think we've had some good first periods this year, and it's good to build off of. Last game we had a great first, and they get one in the second, and it kind of deflates our group in the Columbus game. But tonight it wasn't working for us in the first. Goal scoring wise, we were playing well, but nothing was going in the net. We got a couple tough bounces over the stick in the second period, and we just stuck to it. So that's the kind of resilience we need to see from this group, and we need to carry that into tomorrow.
Yeah, into tomorrow, which is actually today. They turn right around and have another game. They'll be in Anaheim to take on the Mighty Ducks That'll be on national TV, TNT, at 7 o'clock. All right, to the Les Schwab Prep scoreboard in wrestling. Moses Lake jumped out to a big lead over Wenatchee by virtue of a couple of falls and 2 forfeits, and then they went on, even though Wenatchee had a thrilling comeback. But Moses Lake knocked off the Panthers. We were broadcasting the match last night. Eric Granstrom was there. Highlights.
Salgado doing all he can to try to keep that right shoulder blade off the mat. And there's the pin. Coaching staff for Wenatchee, Carlos Anime, having him give up the escape, thinking maybe he could get the takedown, but instead it's going to be the chief wrestler who gets the takedown and the near fall with 3 seconds left, 2 seconds left, and a pin. Single leg here for Witherington. The counter, and countering right to his own back is Jackson. 2-point takedown and maybe some near fall points coming up for Bryant Witherington. Now trying to tip him one more time. Gets the half Nelson in, 4 seconds left. 3 seconds left, looking for the pin, and he won't get it, but he will get more near fall points, 3 near fall points, so he wins it 14-5. Now Grubb looking for the pin, looking for the finish. 8 seconds, 7 seconds, and he got it at the edge of the mat. And now the 2-point takedown right to the back by Trent Miller. Or Grubb with the throwdown, and Grubb looking for the pin, and he gets it. Skyleman's got to watch his weight here with 1 second left in the match, and that will be it. And wow, 2-0 our final score here as Joe Skyleman will get the victory over Cody Byers. Boy, that's a tough move, especially at this weight at 182 pounds, but he got it, and he's looking for the pin. Dane Russ, near fall points, and takes the lead suddenly 3-2 over Brock Clark. Wants to try to drive it with 2 seconds, with 1 second, and it's going to be a win for Dane Russ. It's one thing you should probably do verbally. Now the shot by Duvall, the double leg by Segovia. He got the takedown. He's up 10-2, now looking for the pin. 50 seconds left in the match. Jesus Segovia for the Wenatchee Panthers, trying to get the first fall of the night for Wenatchee, and he does. Now back to his feet. It's a 1-point escape. It's a 5-1 match with 30 seconds to go. Evan Burdan with a shot and the 2-point takedown. Evan Burdan did what he had to do here tonight and is able to pull off the 7-1 victory over Salvia.
One other wrestling note to pass along in non-league action last night, Okanagan topping Kashmir on the mats 36-24. Busy night in high school basketball. Let's get right to it to our friends at Les Schwab. Chelan clobbered Cascade in boys basketball. Quincy improved to 5-1 with a victory over Omak. Eastmont beating Ephrata in boys basketball. Okanagan clocking Kashmir. In other action, Tenasket topping Brewster. Republic and Liberty Bell didn't play. Wilbur Creston beat Pateras. Elmira Cooley Heartline edged Manson. Waterville Mansfield down Wilson Creek. And it was Lake Roosevelt over Orville in boys basketball. Girls basketball last night, again, from our friends at Les Schwab. Ephrata stopped Eastmont 49-38. Chelan cruised against Cascade. Omak over Quincy by 30. And Okanagan crushing Kashmir. And girls basketball, Tenasket beating Brewster 52-48. Liberty Bell rang Republic. Wilbur Creston over Pateras. Elmira Cooley Heartline mopped up Manson. Waterville Mansfield remained unbeaten with a win over Wilson Creek. And Lake Roosevelt, no problems over Orville 88-19. Looking ahead to Saturday, we're going to have high school hoops right here on the NCAA Live channel. Eastmont hosting Moses Lake. Eric and Grant with the call. Girls game goes first at 4:45. Boys to follow Saturday night right here on your home for local sports, the NCAA Live channel. And on the men's college basketball schedule for tonight, Eastern will host Multnomah at 6 o'clock. You can watch that on ESPN Plus. I don't have it. Washington State will host New Mexico State in Pullman at 7 o'clock on the Pac-12 network. And those are just some of the games that people are playing at the bottom of the hour. Once again, it's a food-related obscure holiday, but it's the holidays and we kind of get into it. National Cupcake Day. National Cupcake. Who doesn't love a cupcake? It's a little bitty cake you can eat with your hands. I actually went online and I found the very first recipe for cupcakes that was actually published in a cookbook in 1796. And the recipe for cupcakes called for, are you ready for this? A half a pound of butter, 2 pounds of flour, a glass of wine, nutmeg, cinnamon, yeast, and rose water. That does not sound like an Epicurean delight to me. Now, of course, anybody can make cupcakes. It's pretty easy to make. You're done with it. Oh, that looks so good. Cupcakes. The history of cupcakes, nobody really knows. That's just the first recipe I could find. Somebody one day decided, what if we started one big cake and cut slices? Why don't we make little bitty cakes and we can make them all kinds of different flavors and varieties? That person was a genius. Happy National Cupcake Day. Always celebrated on December 15th because it said so on the internet. Today, in history, happy birthday to the Bill of Rights. Yes, the first 10 amendments to the Constitution ratified, made official. Thank you, Virginia. Virginia did the honors by ratifying it, and it became the law of the land. And the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, is 230 years old today. George Washington had 14 handwritten copies of the Bill of Rights made, one for Congress, and the other 13 copies, all handwritten, were sent to the original 13 states. The copies of Georgia, Maryland, New York, and Pennsylvania, they went missing. The New York copy was thought to have been lost in a fire. 2 unidentified copies of the missing 4 are still around. They were thought to be the Georgia, Maryland copies. They eventually found them. One is in the National Archives. The other is in the New York City Public Library. North Carolina's copy was stolen from the state capitol during the Civil War by a Union soldier. The FBI, in a sting operation, recovered their copy, the North Carolina copy, in 2003. The copy that was given to the Congress is the one that you can find and visit at the National Archives. Happy birthday to the Bill of Rights. 82 years ago today, December 15th, 1939, at Lowe's Theater in Atlanta, Georgia, the world premiere of Gone with the Wind. It received its world premiere at Lowe's Grand Theater. Of course, because it was in Georgia in 1939 with Jim Crow and segregation, the African-American stars of Gone with the Wind couldn't go. They weren't allowed into the theater. Whites only. When adjusted for inflation, by the way, Gone with the Wind is still the highest grossing motion picture of all time. If you want to go by just tickets sold, people forking over their 25 cents and going to the movie, it is by far, it's not even close. No movie has ever come even close to Gone with the Wind for actual number of tickets sold. In fact, 10 years after its premiere, it was estimated that half of all Americans had actually seen the movie Gone with the Wind. It has not aged particularly well. Times change. Gone with the Wind debuted 82 years ago today. And December 15th, 1973, the final score, Tennessee 11, Temple 6. No, it's not a football game. It was a basketball game. It was the championship of the Volunteer Basketball Classic in Knoxville, Tennessee. Tennessee beats Temple in men's basketball 11-6. Tennessee was leading 7-5, and Temple went into a stall. This is before the shot clock, with 11 minutes and 44 seconds left to go in the first half, and never shot the ball. 5 total points were scored in the second half. 1 free throw by Temple, 4 free throws by Tennessee. The final score, 11-6. In fact, the Volunteers stayed on the court and held an inter-squad scrimmage after the game just so the fans could watch some basketball. A men's college basketball score in 1973, 11-6 was the final. That's why we have the shot clock. Birthdays. One of the strangest billionaires ever, J. Paul Getty, one of the richest men who ever lived, born in the state in 1892. He made his fortune oil wells in the Mideast. He went out to the Mideast and talked to Saudi Arabia and all those countries and said, "Can I drill for oil?" And they said, "Okay." And he drilled for oil and made a ton of money. When his grandson was kidnapped in 1973, the kidnappers wanted $17 million. He refused to pay, so they cut off his ear and mailed it to J. Paul Getty, who eventually paid the ransom, but not all of it, $2.2 million. J. Paul Getty did his own laundry by hand in the sink because he didn't want to send out to have his laundry done by professional laundromats. And J. Paul Getty had payphones installed in his mansion, so when guests came and they wanted to make an outside call, they had to pay for it. J. Paul Getty, born in the state in 1892. John Hammond. He was the head of talent at Columbia Records. He was the head talent scout at Columbia Records for a good long time. He discovered and signed Bob Dylan, Bruce Springsteen, Billie Holiday, Count Basie, Pete Seeger, Aretha Franklin, George Benson, and Stevie Ray Vaughan. A phenomenal track record, never to be matched, and he was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in the inaugural class as the first ever Lifetime Achievement Award winner. John Hammond, born in the state in 1910, and the man who coined the phrase rock and roll, Alan Freed, would have been 100 years old today. The great Alan Freed, also into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, also with the inaugural class. Alan Freed would have been 100 today. He died at the age of 43 in 1965. Still to come, an opinion from Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, the first of my two-part conversation with Dan Frazier, and our inside tour of the brand new Chelan County PUD headquarters going up in Old Station. But one more reminder, Winning Wednesday, I got 3 4-packs for Wenatchee Wild Hockey. You can use these any regular season Wenatchee Wild game you choose to go to between now and the end of the regular season. We'll have 3 winners today. Winner at ncwlife.com. Send me your email, winner at ncwlife.com. 1 entry per email address, please. We'll do the drawing later on today. We're going to have 3 winners, and each of those 3 winners will get 4 tickets to any Wenatchee Wild regular season game they want to go to. All right? You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Dr. Wayne Latimer's Chiropractic and Integrative Multicare specializes in all level of injury care. If you've been injured in an auto accident, on the job, have a sports injury, or a simple fall, call today for a free consultation. They offer a combined multi-care approach with medical, chiropractic, physical therapy, massage, and acupuncture. For relief from long-standing injuries to basic solutions for the weekend warrior, Latimer's Chiropractic Integrative Multicare is one stop, one location.
During this season of giving, Weeds Cafe offers a $30 gift card for only $25. Stop by for breakfast, lunch, grab a latte, browse their specialty gifts, Weeds Cafe, where community gathers for great food, warm friendship, and excellent coffee.
When your sweet tooth demands chocolate, Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory in Leavenworth will satisfy your craving with house-made fudge and brittles, fresh-tipped caramel and candy apples, and of course delicious chocolate. Stop by Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory in Leavenworth today.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. You can just
Great, I want that one. I would like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
Ooh. You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Hello, North Central Washington. I'm Dave Tosh, Executive Director, Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center, and I'm excited to announce a new variety show entitled Vibrant Living, brought to you by the Senior Center. And I think you'll find it educational, informative, and a lot of fun. Join us for the new program, Vibrant Living.
For plumbing, heating, or cooling repair, Patriot will be right there.
Of all the things you'll try to clear your mind, like yoga with a goat, why not start with the most basic, a comfortable environment to breathe in? Maybe it's time to rethink your air.
Patriot Plumbing, heating and cooling will give your home a hug.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and everybody's entitled to my opinion. So, I'm 68 years old, and the building where my office is located is being sold, and I have to move. So, I need to make some decisions in changing at my age. And what's the logical thing to do, right? Find a new job. Now, what were you thinking, retirement? Yeah, right. What am I gonna do, stay at home and garden? Drive my sweet wife even crazier than I do now? Nope. I may not go into work as early as I used to, but I'm going to work. And by the way, I have 3 jobs. This TV gig, my counseling, and the occasional adoption work. Hey, keeps me off the street and out of trouble. Also, out of my wife's hair. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether.
We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
This holiday season, let Wild Birds Unlimited help you deliver something truly special to friends and loved ones. The gift of bird feeding. Even if you can't be together in person this year, a busy backyard bird feeder will bring a little smile and a little connection with you. We're here for you with safe, convenient shopping, whether it's in-store, at curbside, or when you order online. Wild Birds Unlimited. Joy delivered.
I'm John Divis from Wenatchee Dental Arts, and I like to think myself as a comprehensive dentist. We are an office that treats people comprehensively for their dental problems. We do a lot of general dentistry in a broad sense. We don't send everything out. Things that we have the ability to do in the office, we like to keep in the office and under one roof and keep things as complication-free as possible. You can come to one place and have all their dental needs taken care of.
Are you frustrated because you feel like you aren't getting the internet speeds you pay for? One of the most common ways to test your internet connection is called a speed test. These are free and easily located on the internet and can tell you how fast your internet is. However, for certain reasons, these tests may not always be accurate. A speed test shows you how fast a file can be downloaded to the computer you're running the test on. However, there are many things that can affect the speed of that download besides the speed of the internet going into your home. A few of the things that can affect your internet speed are poor Wi-Fi signal, other wireless signals interfering with the wireless signals coming from your router, other devices in your home draining your bandwidth, your computer or phone running apps programs in the background that you aren't aware of, slowing your entire device. Any of these things can slow down your internet. Your internet is like water flowing down a pipe. There's a big pipe bringing internet to your local area, and a smaller pipe coming off of that bringing internet to your home address. Your router is just another pipe that brings the internet inside your house, and every device inside your home is like a pipe connected to the router. Just like with water, if any of those pipes along the way are too small for the amount of internet that needs to flow through for a family, the flow for everything down the line will be much slower. It's a lot like trying to push all the water going into your house through a small straw. Also, again, just like with water, if everyone in your home is using the internet at once, any individual device may not be able to receive the full flow of the internet. It's like your whole family trying to drink out of that small straw all at once. If you're struggling with internet that is slower than expected, make sure that all of the devices that your internet flows through are working correctly, and check all devices in your home for background programs that may be using the internet. If everything still appears to be working correctly, contact us and we'll be able to help.
Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Since August of last year, you've seen this building behind us go up. If you've been anywhere near Old Station, it is, of course, going to be the brand new headquarters of the Chelan County PUD. A long, drawn-out process, but every day they make more and more and more progress to their grand opening, which is scheduled for late summer of 2023. Obviously, when you're moving an organization as large as the PUD, they're going to do this in increments. And the guy who's kind of birthing this baby, for lack of a better term, because he's in charge of the facilities for the Chelan County PUD, is our old friend Dan Frazier. Dan, thanks for joining us.
Well, thanks for having me.
You've been involved in this from day one from the PUD. You came over from the city as the facilities guy. The first thing you did is you looked at all the facilities and you went back to your bosses, the commissioners, and you said, we got problems with our downtown headquarters, don't we?
Yeah. Well, I wish I could take credit for it. This process actually started before I got to the PUD, and they did some assessment of the existing facilities, and the 2015 strategic plan was just kind of coming out, and the idea of reinvesting in all of our facilities was really the top thing that came out of that plan. So So really in looking at things like hydro turbines and looking at substations, that was kind of a no-brainer. We needed to work on those things. But the facility assessment was really eye-opening for the district. And our buildings are very old. We've been occupying some of them for over 50 years. And so did an assessment of what it would take to renew those buildings, to stay there, stay downtown, keep a presence downtown. And then we looked at other options. And one that came out and really started to get some legs under it was moving the operations out into the Old Station area. So Old Station is central to the PUD's business. And we go up the river, we go back down the river, we go up the valley. So it seemed like a good spot to put our operations. And as we matured that investigation and discovery, we found that really it helps if administration is where operations is. And so as we got further along in the process, we started looking at all the economics around what would be the best thing for our customer owners for long term. So we came into the project with three main goals. What's the best financial value long term? What's the best customer service for our customer owners, both as we roll out to work with them and as they come in to see us to sign up for services? And then how do we improve safety? So buildings that were built 50 years ago are not the best for safety. And so we retrofit what we can, but a new facility that's purpose-built, much better for safety. So with those three goals, we built a business plan around this. A lot of interaction with the commission, a lot of interaction with the public. We had advisory committees. And it kept coming back to, you really need to just do a full campus move. Old Station is the place to go. The port had property that fit our needs. It really was kind of a kismet that all those things came together.
And the downtown campus was, for lack of a better term, its usefulness was done.
Yeah.
The 8 acres, it just didn't work anymore. The buildings were old, they were outdated in any number of ways, and this was probably 10 years overdue, but it's happening.
Yeah, the PUD actually has studied facilities plans in the past. 4 or 5 of them are on the corner of my desk, and it just never had the critical mass to say, okay, this is the time we need to do it. But you're right, it was overdue. That was a good campus when we had 20,000 customers, less of a good campus when we had 30, and now we have 50,000. It's really hard to service them, kind of buried in Wenatchee, and then with the ever expanding services, fiber, water, wastewater, it was just time to really get that new campus.
And in the long run, it's going to be a cost saver to the customer service owners of the Chelan County PUD.
Absolutely.
This is the big building that everybody's talking about because this is the one that goes up first, but there's actually a total of 8 buildings right on the campus.
Correct. 8 buildings. This is the largest building. It's the administration building. It is also, I don't want to sound like the rest of the buildings are ugly, but this is the most aesthetically pleasing of the buildings.
This is the one that the public will be doing most of their business in.
That's right. So this is the public-facing piece of the PUD. So they'll come here to get a new service, attend a PUD board meeting, be part of the process.
You mean you can actually sit in it instead of that cramped little room?
Yes, we have a purpose-built board room. It's going to be a really good experience for our customer owners when they come in the door and they kind of know what they're doing. There was a video that was produced by the PUD Communications several years ago, probably 6 or 7 years ago, and it detailed what it took to get a new service at the PUD. And you had to go around to all these different places because that campus was never built with all the services that we provide in mind. So this was really well thought out in terms of what the customer experience will be, and I think they'll love it.
So what we're going to do is Dan and I are going to take a tour, and you are going to join us. You ready?
Ready.
Let's do it.
Okay.
All right. Off we go.
Well, we go through over here.
Do I need to call 811? Watch your step, watch your head.
Okay.
We are back. As you can see, the lobby is ready for customers. So come on down and, well, we're not there yet. We are in what will eventually be the lobby, Dan. And as you mentioned, this is going to be a big, huge open area, much more welcoming than that little hole in the ground that you currently call a lobby in downtown Wenatchee.
That's correct. This is it's a 2-story lobby. So you come in, it's kind of a nice big feature wall on a couple sides. We'll have a map of Chelan County, some other features in here. But it's really laid out for the customer experience to be positive. They'll know where to go. There'll be a place to pay your bill. There'll be another place to sign up for services. There's going to be a great area for energy conservation demonstrations. So if you want to hear about, what should I do for an HVAC replacement, or what should I do for a water heater, we'll have a great demo area and talk to somebody from energy conservation. It'll all be in one central area. Great customer parking out in front of the building, really accessible. And so that's what we were trying to do, as opposed to what we currently have, which is a really tough situation downtown.
It's a small lobby. There's no parking. It's just not customer friendly in a governmental agency that is owned by the customers.
Yeah, that's right. Owned by the people we serve. And so speaking of that, they can also come in. They'll be able to go up these stairs, or there's an elevator dedicated to go to the second floor, and the boardroom is right on the second floor. So it's all outside of the secured perimeter. We'll have a security presence here, but it's not. You don't have to badge in. Currently, if you want to go to a PUD meeting, you have to go kind of deep into the building, and it's a little more difficult. And so this will be really open and accessible for people to come in, meet with their commissioners, come attend a meeting. The new services will be on the second floor. So if you're coming in a contractor, getting a new power service or fiber, they'll be on the second floor. Great views, and one of the things we wanted to do was this transparency of looking at the operations. So as I mentioned, this building and this facility was all about the operations. And so for customers to come in and be able to see the working part of their PUD was really important to us. So this is all going to be an open viewing of that operations part of the yard.
And I'm spitballing here, but my guess is the people of the PUD are all going to come here as one big family. That's got to be good for morale. Oh, gee, I don't have to share 9 offices with 4 guys and we're falling all over each other and that kind of stuff. Just to have something new, something to take pride in, is probably going to be really good for the folks who call the PUD their home.
Yeah, I think in terms of what we currently have, we grew over time. Obviously the downtown campus was the first location. Grew to where it was too small, and we bought the Holly Street, developed some water, wastewater, and some other groups there. Kept buying more pieces there, but you always had this disconnect between the two. And so a lot of travel between the two sites. We actually analyzed the time our crew spent going between those two campuses out here and then getting out to our customers. And by centralizing to this location and getting all the people, their equipment, and their vehicles all in one spot, we're saving hundreds of thousands of dollars a year just in time of that, people sitting on North Wenatchee Avenue. Plus now we have purpose-built locations. So the fiber crew will have a room that's really meant for a fiber crew room, not a former, I'm not sure what it was, a lunchroom in the past. And so that just gives people a sense of, this is our place. This is, we were, they thought about us when they built this, and we can meet their needs as an operational group, and then they can come in and talk to the accountants and the engineers and the people they need to talk to, and they're right there, and they're not on another campus or down the road somewhere.
How did that work when it came to input from the employees? Say HR, for instance. What do you need office space? What would you like to see as we build a new building? Human resources, was that part of the whole deal?
Yeah, absolutely. So
as an example.
That's called programming. So when we program a building and program a campus like this, so we met with every group. And when you look at the PUD, when you talk work groups, there's 50 different work groups. So we had a ton of meetings, and we did it initially kind of at a very high level. How many people, what offices, what cubicles, what common spaces like conference rooms and copiers. And that kind of informed the budget for the project. And then once we had the budget, then we had to see, does it work? Does that budget fit, what is feasible for the PUD? So once we got that answered and got the go-ahead from the commissioners to say, okay, go ahead, build it, then we went back to those people and we refined and refined and refined. And that's what resulted in this campus, is every group had input into what they needed to do their job, the most efficiently and the best. And it's interesting, when you get a big building like this, the word adjacency becomes really important. So if I'm in HR, I want to be able to get close to the lobby for people coming into interviews. I want to be close to the boardroom. I want to be close to different things. And so we use several strategies in this building. We'll probably look at one later, which is interconnecting stairways, that you don't go out to a stair tower to go up to the next floor. You can actually just pop up to the next floor, because you can't fit everybody who needs to be close together, really close together in a building of this size. So that was all part of the programming, was to figure out how this building functions it's its own machine, and it needed to function that way.
You see the sign on the current headquarters, owned by the people we serve. This is your Chelan County PUD, not Dan's. And so everybody has a vested interest in seeing this project come to fruition. And I want to thank you personally, and Rachel and everybody, for letting us come down and take a behind-the-scenes tour. I appreciate it.
Well, thanks for coming down. We're looking forward to moving in. We hope that everybody's very excited about what new services the PUD will be able to provide here at this new location. Plus, we'll be able to get to you when you have a problem much easier and not stuck on North Wenatchee Avenue.
You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
When it comes to finding a memory care community, you want the very best. You want to know that your loved one is safe and receiving compassionate care in a loving environment. Fieldstone Memory Care is an innovative assisted living community designed for those with Alzheimer's, dementia, and Parkinson's disease. You'll find a community specifically designed to enrich residents' lives. The Fieldstone team is here to help you navigate the important decisions you face when a loved one has dementia or Alzheimer's. Welcome home to Fieldstone.
The Clearwater Saloon and Casino is the perfect place to meet in East Wenatchee. The Old West theme takes you back in time with casino gambling and poker tables. And now you can play the best games on or off the tables. Stop by and check out the new game room. All your favorite games and extended late night hours makes the Clearwater your best bet for a great time. And if time slips away having so much fun, stay the night next door at the Cedars Inn. It's all here nightly at the Clearwater Saloon and Casino in East Wenatchee.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we had gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Swing by today and get road trip ready with our always free pre-trip safety check. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Here at Succession, we're going to have our third annual tree lighting. Every vineyard row gets lit up. Santa Claus makes an appearance. We've got the torch lanterns going and fire pits going daily, and it's really festive through the end of the year.
Alta Cellars is the perfect place to stop and relax during the bustling holiday season. Enjoy fine wine and live music on Saturdays. In the old fire hall in downtown Manson, Alta Cellars. Good things happen here.
I'm holding them right here. We're going to have count them, three winners today, and each winner will get 4 tickets to any regular season Wenatchee Wild game they want to go to. These are vouchers. You just go to the ticket window, turn in the vouchers, they give you tickets. It's as simple as that. You can go this weekend when they take on Merritt. Doesn't matter to us. Winner at ncwlife.com. Get me your email. 1 entry per email address. If you have more than 1 email address, you can enter more than once, but you can't enter over and over and over and over and over again on the same email address. We'll do the drawing 10:30-ish or so. We'll let you know. Winner at ncwlife.com. Great Wenatchee Wild tickets. Employees of Solion Broadcasting, Local Telecommunications, and their immediate families, however, are not eligible. Sorry, Brenda. Let's talk about the weather. A couple of slides to show for you. First of all, some light snow possible in the Wenatchee Valley tonight into Thursday. A better chance of snow accumulations really out in the basin. Here at Wenatchee, if we get any snow at all, it'll be less than an inch, and it's not going to come down until later on today into tonight. Just a little skiff of snow. That's really what we're looking at. Light snow on the lower elevations today and tomorrow. Now, as far as the weekend is concerned, they were thinking we were going to get maybe a couple of inches of snow Friday night into Saturday. Now they're backing off on that. Are we going to get some snow Friday night and Saturday? Yeah, but not as much as they were originally anticipating, and it will transition over to rain by Saturday afternoon and Saturday night. So we will have some snow this weekend, again, Friday night into Saturday, but they think it's really going to kind of peter out before really much happens. Now, as far as next week, Christmas week is concerned, are you dreaming of a white Christmas just like the ones I used to know? It's a possibility. We have a better than 50-50 chance of below normal temperatures and a better than 50-50 chance of above normal precipitation. So we may very well have a white Christmas here in north central Washington. From the National Weather Service, slight chance of some late afternoon snow. Outside of that, the clouds will be thickening up as the day progresses. They already are, as a matter of fact. We'll get up to about freezing, 32. 22 for the overnight low tonight. Thursday, quiet, not a lot to talk about. Maybe a couple of sun breaks on Thursday. We'll top off at about 35 degrees. Friday, again, quiet until we get late into Friday night. We're talking about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the evening. That's when the snow will come down into Saturday, and then it switches over to rain on Saturday afternoon. And that's it for us. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.